Hi and welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to grow your community. So this is people with a CIC who are serving their community. We're going to be looking at how to grow that community and build a successful, sustainable community interest company. Before I get into that, please hit the subscribe button, subscribe to this channel for everything to do with CICs and grant funding, and jump over to my website for my membership or my online course, how to set up a CIC and get funded in 4 months. So that aside, let's get into it. So how to grow a community. So if you're growing a community interest company, you need to be able to hone into your community, tap into them. I've already talked on this channel quite a lot about how you need to do some engagement with your community to help you design your projects and show grant funders that you've engaged with the community. But there's lots of ways that you can grow your community as you go. So in the beginning, of course, you're maybe not actually directly already connected. So how do you get connected? Well, one of the best ways is, of course, to go on social media and actually start a Facebook group. I can't rate Facebook groups enough. Facebook groups are fantastic. So say you are working with children with autism and you want to engage with all their parents. You could set up a local Facebook group for that, and all the parents will join the Facebook group. Say you're dealing with some maybe some kind of illness that people suffer with, and you're trying to raise awareness for it and support people with that illness. You create one for that. Maybe survivors of domestic abuse, or anyone, if you're doing something about women's well-being or something like that, start a Facebook group. I think they're fantastic because it means that not only are you helping your community, but they can support each other within it. Do different events where people are linking in with each other, maybe a regular walk or a Zoom meeting or a coffee meeting or something like that with your community. So you've got something that's going on in the community, and then you've got something that's online based. So the Facebook group, which is great because it's free, because everyone can interact and engage on it. Pretty much everyone's on Facebook, generally speaking. So it's a really accessible way to build that community. Now, some of the best CICs I know are ones that have done that and they've grown it. And of course, it takes time. But if you look at my CIC group that I've got on Facebook, which the link is in the description here, I have only had that a few months. I've already got 100 people in it, so it doesn't take long to grow it. Over a few years, you could certainly get into the thousands. And I work with some CICs who have been diligently serving their Facebook group and have built it to tens of thousands, which is amazing because then they're starting their CIC with this fantastic community that's already in place. And they're able to then message them, they're able to send them polls and surveys to gain their opinions, and you've just got that resource there all the time. So aside from the online ways, as I've said about, it's growing your community actually physically as well. One of the ways to do that is, of course, to partner with people and other organisations or join other community activities where similar people go. Now, one of the best ways to grow your community while you're growing your CIC is to make sure you keep email addresses or some kind of contact on social media so that you can contact these people again for your next event or project. So make sure you nurture and save everybody that you connect with. Try to store them into a central place so that you can communicate your next event or project with them, so that you haven't got to go and find a new group of people to work with. You've already got a base, and then that base is just going to continue to grow. So I highly recommend through feedback forms and stuff that you actually keep and retain their details, get the consent to keep their emails so that you can continually contact them. Nurturing your community is so important. And the more that you give your community, so think about, obviously you're already probably going to be giving them 3 free things because your projects will be covering the costs of whatever provision it is you're giving. So it's easier to nurture them and to get them to appreciate you and want them, obviously they're going to want to come back because what you're offering is free or subsidised. So, but there's other ways that you can also help to nurture those relationships. Just having those conversations at your events, making yourself available, getting to know people by name and their children by name, and really building up those relationships at a small level. That will help you grow your community, create a loyal group of people which will continue to engage with your CIC. Another way to grow your community is to actually get yourself out there and known. So social media, of course, is the first place, but also get yourself out there physically, any kind of fairs or trade shows that are around, or partnering with people, or being at different events, or doing some kind of pop-up thing in the community. Really get yourself out there and grow your presence in your community. The aim is that you're going to become the specialist in what you do. So you are known. So you're then known by all the different partner organisations who could refer people to you. You're known by the people in your community. You're known online as well. So, really make yourself known. Mark your territory as you're the people that do X, Y, and Z. So make sure you get that. It's all about that branding your CIC, and making sure that people know exactly what you do. So you're the go-to CIC.